Greatness rarely begins in the spotlight. More often, it is forged in the quiet, hardworking corners of ordinary neighborhoods. For Michelle LaVaughn Robinson, that forge was the South Side of Chicago. Born on January 17, 1964, Michelle grew up in a tiny brick bungalow. Her father, Fraser Robinson, was a city pump operator who battled multiple sclerosis every day without complaint. Her mother, Marion, was a fierce advocate for her children's education. In this working-class household, the rules were simple: work hard, speak honestly, and never let fear dictate your boundaries. Michelle was an exceptional student, skipping the second grade and landing a spot at Chicago's first magnet high school. Her drive took her straight to the Ivy League. At Princeton University, she studied sociology and African American studies. As one of the few black students on campus, she quickly learned what it felt like to be the only one in a room. Rather than shrinking, she used this experience to sharpen her identity. She went on to Harvard Law School, earning her Juris Doctor in 1988. Michelle Robinson was no longer just a bright kid from Chicago. She was a powerhouse lawyer ready to take on the corporate world. Returning to Chicago, Michelle joined the prestigious corporate law firm Sidley & Austin. It was a comfortable, high-paying career path. But destiny had other plans. In 1989, she was assigned to mentor a brilliant, slightly eccentric summer associate named Barack Obama. Though she initially resisted his charms to remain professional, a shared dedication to community and social justice brought them together. They married on October 3, 1992. As Barack's political star began to rise, Michelle experienced a shift in her own heart. The corporate ladder felt hollow. She wanted her work to have a direct, tangible impact on people's lives. Making a bold choice, she walked away from her high corporate salary to enter public service. She served as an assistant to the mayor of Chicago and became the executive director of the Chicago Office of Public Allies, a nonprofit training young leaders. Later, as a vice president at the University of Chicago Medical Center, she built bridges between a massive academic institution and the underserved communities surrounding it. Michelle was creating her own legacy, deeply rooted in public service. Then the national stage called. When Barack decided to run for president of the United States, Michelle stepped into a grueling, high-stakes arena, balancing her career, her two young daughters, Malia and Sasha, and the intense scrutiny of a national campaign. On January 20, 2009, Michelle Obama made history. She became the 44th First Lady of the United States and the first African-American woman to hold the title. Understanding the unique power of her platform, she refused to be a mere ceremonial figure. She chose to champion causes that directly affected the everyday health, education, and morale of the American people. Her first major initiative tackled a silent crisis: childhood obesity. In 2010, she launched Let's Move, a nationwide campaign bringing together schools, food manufacturers, and parents to promote healthier diets and active lifestyles. To lead by example, she planted the White House kitchen garden, inviting local school children to dig in the dirt, harvest fresh vegetables, and learn about nutrition. Next, she turned her attention to the military. Alongside Dr. Jill Biden, she launched Joining Forces, a program dedicated to supporting service members, veterans, and their families with employment opportunities, education, and wellness resources. Education remained her core passion. Through the Reach Higher initiative, she inspired young people to aim past high school, guiding them toward college degrees or professional training programs. Extending her vision globally, she championed Let Girls Learn, an international effort to break down the cultural and financial barriers keeping adolescent girls worldwide out of classrooms. Over 8 years, she transformed the role of First Lady into an active engine for social change. When her time in the White House ended in January 2017, Michelle Obama did not fade into quiet retirement. In fact, her post-presidential chapter has proved to be just as impactful as her years in Washington. In 2018, she released her deeply personal memoir, Becoming. The book was a global phenomenon, selling millions of copies worldwide and breaking records as one of the most successful memoirs of all time. Through its pages, she shared her vulnerabilities, her grief, and her triumphs, reminding readers that life is a continuous journey of growth. She followed this success with The Light We Carry in 2022, offering practical wisdom for navigating an increasingly uncertain world. Beyond the written word, Michelle and Barack expanded their storytelling into media, founding Higher Ground Productions. Partnering with Netflix, their production company focuses on